doing these subpoenas, these depositions.
Okay, but that's usually the function of the court reporter to do that.
I get that, but it's also within our limit to do so as well, and we've
The point is that a court reporter is not a witness to the case. If you tell me right now she's not going to be a witness, that's a different thing. But if you're telling me she is a potential witness to this case, and you already called her at the Williams Rule hearing as a witness, then it would be inappropriate for her to be involved in this process during the deposition.
I couldn't agree with that, sir. We've had it on the subpoena that she would be present. No, there's been no objections.
Well, I would have loved to have contacted you and told you this, but apparently you didn't provide your contact information to my assistant. She said she asked you for your phone number, and you didn't provide that. So I didn't have a way to tell you that before today.
Well, then we'll have to reschedule because I need someone in here to do audio-visual.
I have a job. I had to not go to work today. I don't work for Walmart anymore.
I understand. And I have no problem with the court reporter obviously handling the deposition and typing down everything said. So my question to you is, are you willing to move forward with that or have somebody else document this deposition? You can do it personally.
I plan on having a person here present to audio-visual. If you're telling me that my wife is unable to do it because she might be a witness, then I'm going to have to find somebody to do that unless I'm able to do it myself.
All right, give me 1
You
second.
could just set up the camera and turn it on whenever you start, just like you have it now.
So
You don't need
I
anybody
can
to operate
I can
it.
run the camera then without my wife, is that what you're saying?
You can do it, yeah. You are a party to the litigation, your
I
wife
don't
is
see a
not.
problem with that.
Okay.
You also have the camera on right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were recording us with a device around your neck as well?
I didn't say I was recording, but I have a camera because I have it on the depositions that I'm to audio-visual record.
Okay. That's fine.
So are you kicking my wife out? Is that what you're saying?
If that's the way you want to put it, then yes.
All right, well, Em, I'm going to have to handle this on my own. It's all right. I'm not sure if there's anything I need in here, but you might as well just leave this, you know what I mean? In case it's something that I need. Thank you. Did you feel like taking a bottle? All right. And you'll have to wait outside. So you can go outside.
I'll walk you up.
And I'm trying to get a good angle, so that we can both be in on this. But that's why I was hoping to, have the seating arrangement a little differently. Is it possible that I could sit over there, just so I could be closer to the person I'm speaking with?
Yes, that helps you, right?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Excuse me. We're going to use air conditioning, so it might get a little stifle. Do we begin now?
Give me a second, I'm just setting up my file here. Sorry, I'm having an issue. Your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Yes, hi, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Levi Jonathan, and I'm here to ask you some questions as the defendant and the representative for myself.
Okay.
Would you please state your name and spell it for the record?
Sharon Hayes, SharonHayes.
And were you an employee at Walmart in Haines City on the date of July 1st, 2020?
Yes.
And what capacity were you working?
Assistant manager.
And I noticed on the report it said there was another assistant manager, Jason. How many assistant managers were there?
That worked in the store.
Yes, ma'am.
We have, I think, 11 assistant managers total. And then Jason was a co-manager. He was a step above me.
And is there a reason why this Jason's not listed as a witness? Do you know?
I don't know.
Would you please provide me with a description of the events related to the defendant that day at Walmart on July 1st, 2020? What happened that you're aware of?
There was a customer that came to me. I was walking the store because at the time I worked in online grocery. So I was walking around the grocery side of the store, and a lady came to me and said that there was a gentleman that had a camera and was looking up a little girl's dress. And I asked her where, and she told me it was on the bread aisle. So I got on the radio and I called Jason, and I told him to come to the bread aisle because there was an issue. And then I went over to the bread aisle. And the girl was standing here, and the gentleman was right here, bent, kind of stooping down, well, you know, sitting on his legs, basically, not, you know. And I stood back and I watched, and I thought that I saw his left hand move over like this with something in his hand.
And could you please provide a description of this individual you said was a girl there?
Oh, it was, she was a younger girl. I mean, she was an African-American girl. I mean, as far as a description, I saw the back of the little girl.
So you're saying that a customer approached you, told you to come to the bread aisle, and when you arrived there, you saw the same individual that she was referring to?
She pointed the little girl out to me.
Mm-hmm. And you said this little girl was African American
Yes,
in the bread aisle?
yes.
Was this the customer's daughter?
At the time, I did not know that. I knew it after the fact, but at the time, I did not know it was the daughter. She just said a little girl.
Okay, so she's referring to her daughter?
Well, like I said, at the time, she just said it was a little girl.
Uh-huh.
I did not know that it was her daughter until everything was, after the fact that it was all done. I did not know that this little girl was her daughter.
Uh-huh. And what was the little girl doing? Was she by herself?
When I walked to the bread aisle, she was.
So you're saying the mother left the daughter?
I don't know about that. I can't answer that question because I don't know why she was there by herself.
Mhm. And how old would you think this little girl was?
If I had to guess, I would probably say maybe 10. I don't know. An estimate, I would say maybe 10.
And was she wearing a dress?
Yes. Either a dress or a skirt. I don't know, you know, it was a dress looking thing, so it was either a dress or a skirt.
And did you fill out an incident report?
I filled out the reports that I had to fill out with the police department.
But, I mean, are those your reports for Walmart? Or
I filled out whatever the police department asked me to do.
You did whatever the police department asked you to do? And do you have a record of those?
No, I don't.
And what
I
did-
don't get records of that stuff when it happens.
What did they ask you to do?
I gave a statement,
And what was the statement?
what I just told you.
Did you see the defendant approach the girl?
I saw the defendant standing, not standing, the defendant, can I get up?
Fine with me.
I saw the girl was standing here and the defendant was down like this.
Did you see the defendant approach the girl?
I'm telling, what I saw was the defendant was right here and the girl was right there. And it looked to me as though the defendant had something in his left hand and moved over this way with it.
But are you saying the defendant was immobile? Was his feet in place?
Just, kind of like I'm right here.
Uh-huh. So this little girl that you found out later was the lady's daughter was standing really close to the defendant?
I mean, I would say this far apart.
And the customer, who you found out later was the mother, left her and went and told you.
Yeah, she got me. I was, the bread department, the bread aisle was here, excuse me, and I was over here around the area of the meat department, if I'm not mistaken. I was over in this area and she came over there and when she saw me, she stopped me. And then I went over there, because I asked her where and she told me and I went over there.
Did you see the defendant at any other time? I mean,
When the defendant walked away from there, when Jason came down the bread aisle from Grocery Action Alley coming this way, because I remember seeing him coming down. And then the defendant, I don't know if he saw him, but then the defendant got up and started to go around this way, and that's when Jason followed.
so after the customer approached you and you came over to the barrel, was that the first time that you had seen the defendant?
Yes.
And did you call 911?
No, I didn't.
Do you know who did?
No, I don't.
And you stated at the beginning that you were no longer working at Walmart?
No, I retired from Walmart.
Mhm. How long did you work there?
I worked for Walmart for 25 years.
Uh-huh.
I worked in that store for 15.
Why'd you decide to retire?
Because at the time, with the pandemic and everything going on like it was, and my husband was recouping from cancer, and I did not want to take a chance on me getting sick and bringing it home and giving it to him, was one of the main reasons I retired from Walmart.
Would you mind identifying the scene in the bread aisle on the video?
What do you mean?
I mean, if I show you the video of the scene at the bread aisle,
Uh-huh.
would you confirm that that's you standing there, for example?
Yeah.
Could we show that?
I think this is your deposition. Do you have it ready to show you? I gave you a copy of that.
It's right here. Do we have something to put it in?
I don't.
Because I don't either, because the police confiscated all my equipment and stuff.
I don't have that with me now.
Well, I know for a fact we're gonna have to reschedule for the other depositions because there's no way that I'm gonna be able to go forward without being able to show these videos. I put on the subpoena for a device to be brought in.
Did you accommodate that?
No, I mean, I specified on the subpoena that the police would have a device.
You can't require the police to do that as part of your deposition.
Well, I don't have a computer, sir. I go to the library to use the computer.
We don't-
I have to.
We don't have to discuss that right now. This is
Yes,
Ms.
sir.
Hayes' deposition. Do you have questions for Ms. Hayes?
Would you be allowed, could I contact you?
Why would you have to contact me?
Well, because I'd like to be able to show you the video so that we can go over the scene together. And I don't have a device with me today.
And where would I go to video to see the video?
That could be up to your convenience. I'd have to buy a laptop.
Well, I mean, I would prefer to be in a setting like this when I did it.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about this during the deposition. Do you have any more questions about her potential testimony?
Did you see the surveillance?
No,
Why not?
because I didn't have to.
So, did anyone review the surveillance at the store?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who reviewed it.
And did you speak with anybody about this case?
With the police department, the investigators.
And could you tell me who they were? Their names?
No, I don't. I do not know their names. It was a female I spoke to.
Maybe, was it Hannah Arm?
I honestly can't tell you because I don't know. I don't remember the name.
Was that on the day of the incident?
Yes. That's the one time I spoke to anybody about it.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm showing you an item that's marked as an exhibit and discovery, as an interview of yourself. You recognize that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that accurate, fairly inaccurately?
I mean, I would have to read the whole thing, but pretty much, I mean, I remember having the interview.
And for the record, I assume you're showing her the 6-page copy of a transcript statement? Ms. Hayes is
Yes,
shaking her head.
I'm sorry, yes. Yes.
Sorry, we didn't explain that at the beginning. Sorry, I just wanted the record to be clear on what he was showing.
That's my statement.
And was this the whole statement?
Mhm. Yes.
And so this is the interview of yourself with Detective Hannah Armbruster on July 1st, 2020.
Yes.
It's mark number 2020-2146. And now, does this provide any description of the girl that you had mentioned? I don't see any.
No,
either.
there's not a description. It's just a little girl.
So you would say the detective didn't ask you the description?
Whatever she asked me is in there. It was under oath. We did it in the loss prevention office in Walmart.
And to your knowledge, do you know if this little girl was identified? Did anyone find out who it was?
They found out it was the lady's little girl that approached me. I mean, as far as I know, if I'm not mistaken, they got the driver's license information. I remember somebody asking the lady for a driver's license. But I don't know what happened after that. That's just when I was standing there waiting. I vaguely remember somebody asking her for a driver's license or asking her name.
And after you said that the defendant walked off, what did you do?
After the
After the bread aisle, you said that the defendant walked off, said something in here.
Jason went to after the defendant. I don't even recall what I did after that, but I know Jason went behind the defendant.
And do you recall what the mother did after that?
No, I don't.
So you just didn't see?
No, I don't know what the mother did. I remember we were looking for the mother in the store after it all happened.
Uh-huh.
We were looking for her in the store.
When you found her, was she by herself?
I think she was with people, I guess they were on vacation. If I'm not mistaken, they were on vacation from Pennsylvania or something. And she was with other people that she, I guess, came into the store with.
You guessed, but did you see that?
I'm pretty sure I'm seeing other people standing with her. And I remember her saying she was on vacation from Pennsylvania. If I'm not mistaken, she said Pennsylvania.
How many people do you know?
I think there was 2 ladies with her. I think 2 ladies and her.
And
Not 100% sure, but I think it was 2 ladies.
was that the first time you saw them? The 2 ladies?
As far as I recall, yes.
When you had found the mother?
When we found the mother, yes.
First time you saw them. So you didn't see them in the bread aisle?
No. When I went to the bread aisle, I was just looking at the little girl and the defendant. I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on around me other than that.
Yeah. And one more time, I don't know if I asked, but what was the little girl doing?
She was standing there at the bread aisle. Look, I guess she was looking at something to buy. I don't know. I mean, she was just standing there.
Uh-huh. All right. Defendant has no further questions at this time. However, defendant would like the opportunity to show Ms. Hayes the video at a further time so that we could schedule that perhaps.
Okay, we can have a later discussion about that. I don't have any other questions. Do you wish me to discuss with the witness her rights in terms of seeing a transcription of this deposition?
Sure, you can do that.
Okay. Ms. Hayes, as a deponent during a deposition, you have the right to review this deposition if it gets typed up. That's either if the defendant or myself requests a copy for it to be typed up. That's called reading it, and you would receive notice from the recorder's office letting you know that a copy has come up, and you have the opportunity to review it and mark any potential errors in the transcription that you see. You can waive that right and not be a part of that, and if this case goes to trial and if you're called as a witness, you would still probably get a copy of that deposition. You just wouldn't have the right to check it for errors first. So do you want to be notified if that happens, or do you want to waive that right and just get a copy before you testify?
No, I want to be notified.
Okay. You just need to provide her your contact information,
I'll need an address, please.
and if you want to write that down for her so that the defendant doesn't have your address, it's perfectly fine, within your rights to do so.
Do you need my phone number?
No, just an address. We'll send you a letter if it gets typed up and let you know what, it'll have instructions of what you
Okay.
would need to do. Okay, that's all I need.
No,
Thank you.
Who's next?
Well, I need to talk to Mr. Jonathan about
Okay.
that.
I'll check back these.
So just come right back in when you're done. What do you want? So I know at least Sergeant Newell is here, but you had mentioned potentially canceling the rest of the depositions. So,
I can do Newell. I can do Rogers.
well, Sergeant Newell told me that apparently Officer Rogers is in the military and stationed outside of the country right now, and not expected to be. Sit by the court reporter over there.
Hello.
Hi. Right here?
Yes, please. Do you have your ID now?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You can just hold it up. Very good, thank you.
And if you could just give me one moment before we begin. I'm sorry, I just want to have my notes ready from the last one so that we know what questions have been asked and what haven't. I'm ready whenever everybody else is.
Okay, will you raise your right hand and solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Hi, good morning again.
Good morning.
Please state and spell your name for the record again.
Sharon Hayes, SharonHayes.
And we had a first deposition already, is this correct?
Yes.
The second deposition.
Yes.
So you've stated that you were a Walmart employee on July 1st, 2020. Has anyone contacted you since we last spoke?
As far as this case?
Yes.
No.
Did the mother say anything to you about her daughter specifically? Kendria Hill?
What do you mean as far as saying, she never told me that it was her daughter. She just said her girl.
Oh,
She didn't specify. I didn't know, when I first went over there, I did not know it was her daughter. I didn't know that until after the fact.
and when did you become aware of that?
I don't know exactly when. I was after we were already up in the front of the store, and she was up front with the other ladies that she was with. And I don't even remember who said it was her daughter, but somebody had mentioned her daughter. That's the only reason I knew it was her daughter. But she personally never said her daughter to me.
And how many police officers did you speak to?
I remember speaking to, I guess she was a detective, a female,
Uh-huh.
and I don't believe I spoke to anybody else but her.
And that was the statement that we had.
Yes, that's who took the statement. And let me say something before, when I was on my way home from the last deposition, I did see that video. I don't remember if it was with the investigator or if it was with Jason. But I do remember, I thought about it and I do remember seeing that video.
What video are you referring to?
The one that you said that you wanted me to watch the last time we were here. Because I'm pretty sure I had said I did not see that video. But when I was driving home, I was thinking about it, and yes, I did. I don't remember who I seen it with.
And at any time did you make contact with the defendant on the scene?
No, I did not. I was behind when I went down the bread aisle. I was standing behind the defendant
So,
at an angle. I mean, not directly. I was like here, and the girl was here, and the defendant was there.
so you did not ask the defendant to go to loss prevention?
No, I did not.
Of the Haines City Police Department. It is July 1st, 2020, 3:12 p.m. And this is in regards to Haines City case 20-2146. This interview is being taken at Walmart 36205 Highway 27, Haines City, Florida 33844. Present is myself, Officer Rogers. Being interviewed is Sharon Hayes. Ms. Hayes, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Is this a tape interview of the?
With the female
Copy.
investigator?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
This is a fair and accurate description of the interview that you gave to her that day.
From what I heard, yes.
And we would move to enter this into evidence.
Are you referring to the transcript or?
The actual recording, we've already did the transcript.
It's a deposition. We can't admit an audio piece of evidence into a transcript deposition. You can, if you want to admit a copy of the transcript, that's fine. An audio recording can't be attached to a transcript.
Is this, do you recognize this video?
The video that I saw, I was on the bread aisle. Yes.
Here's the bread aisle. Do you recognize this is the bread aisle?
Yes, that's the bread.
Do you recognize this is the defendant?
Say it was,
We'll just start over. You recognize this is the defendant?
I really can't see anything from right there. I mean,
I'm sorry, what do you,
I'm
a recording in your hand?
recording the video.
You're allowed to record the witness for deposition purposes. I don't want you making any other recordings today.
the video that I saw, I was at this end, I mean, it was like switched around because it wasn't that far away when the video that I looked at.
So you saw a different video?
If I'm not mistaken, the video, I was at this end of the bread aisle, at the meat department, the back side of the meat department. That to me looks like it's on the front side of the grocery aisle.
The other video would have a better view, you would think. Is that what you're saying? The other camera on the other side?
I'm saying that the video I saw, I thought that it was from the meat department side. I'm just saying what I think it was, because I don't remember seeing anything, because I would not be able to see anything that far away. I can't tell who's at the end of that.
Is there another video that we haven't obtained?
I provided you copies of all the videos I have.
So, it sounds like.
I mean, unless they zoomed in on it when I saw it, but it just, to me, I don't remember seeing anything that looked that far away. Because like I said, I can't see anything from that far. I mean, I can't say anything about who's there.
You're saying that's the only video you have?
It's the only video of the bread aisle.
Is that the only video you have? That's not the only video I gave you.
Well, we can play all the videos, sir, but there's only one video of the bread aisle. There's another video that has me walking by the camera, in a different section.
She's saying she saw other videos.
Let's-
I provided you other videos,
Let-
and you're acting like this is the only video you have.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you'd like to, I can go ahead and show her all the video. Is this what you saw?
The video I saw was the bread aisle.
Well, I am showing her the two videos you provided of the surveillance, sir. Those are it. I was trying to find where she was walking. It's just not seeing it at the moment. Do you recognize that as a defendant?
Like I said, I can't, personally myself, I can't tell who that is. I mean, I can't say who that is because I can't see myself to be able to tell who that is. Because this is the end that Jason's came from. When Jason went down the aisle, Jason came from this end to the aisle because I was on the other end of the aisle. I was standing, can you move that up a little closer and I'll show you where I was standing at? I was like right here as you come around the aisle, I was close to the end right there. Was where I personally was standing. As far as I remember, it was down on that end. But I can't tell anything by looking at that. And this end is where Jason came up this end.
Do you recognize this as the defendant? Do you recognize that as yourself? If you give it a moment.
I said if that comes further down this way, I can look at it.
Perhaps.
Yes, I recognize that.
Is that you?
Yes.
That's you.
That is me.
All right, we can back up a little bit here. So this is you right here? Let me pause it.
That's you coming around the curve.
This is the defendant,
Yes.
So-
I'm sorry, the defendant.
and this is you.
And that looks like me with my hair pulled back.
So, do you recognize this as the scene
I don't
of the
remember
incident?
that. I don't exactly, recollect that part of it, but I mean, it's right there on the video, so yes, it had to have happened, but I don't remember that.
Well, would it be fair and accurate to say that this is a video of the scene that we are here today?
Yes, I mean, it's on the video, so yes, it would have to be.
Now, could you please point out the girl that you believe the defendant was recording?
I saw the back of the little girl. I saw the back of the little girl when I was at the end of the bread aisle.
What would she look like?
She was an African-American girl.
Right there?
I don't see anybody right there.
So, if you follow the defendant, he's walking this way, correct? You see that? Let me try to guide you. Is this the defendant you see coming in?
Like I said, when it gets way up there, I mean, if you start back here, I can see and say, yes.
Start at the beginning?
No, I mean, if you pull it to where
Oh, yeah.
the defendant is at the end of the aisle.
Sure.
Because I can't see nothing that far back.
Do you think that this is the original surveillance?
I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Do you see the...
Okay, that's the defendant right there.
Do you see what he's wearing? A head covering with a gray shirt and tan
Okay.
shorts? So if we go to the beginning, do you see the defendant?
Yes, right there.
That's the same person?
Yes.
If you would please just follow the person and then maybe describe the girl that you say is an African American.
Like I said, I can't describe anybody. I can't hardly see
But
who,
ma'am, if you wait a moment, the people may move closer to the camera. I
But
believe-
what I'm saying is, I did not see this girl face on. As far as I remember what I saw, I was standing here, and the girl and the defendant were here
Right in
with
this
their back.
position, there's only one video, so I'm
Well-
asking you when were you, at the point you're referring to now, could you please tell me when that is? The defendant remains in this area here.
Right there, the defendant was stooped down. When I came around the
Stooped down.
corner,
Correct. You see
the
that?
defendant was stooped down.
So you just saw that?
Yes, I did see you stoop down.
Okay, I'm just
And
asking
I'm
you to
sorry, the
please
defendant
point out-
stooped down. And
Hey, I'm sorry, try not to talk over one another, I'm sure
Okay.
you're making it difficult
I'm sorry.
for the reporter.
And if you could please identify this young girl that the defendant was allegedly recording. Either she's there or not.
okay, this is not a video that I saw. I did not see this video. The video that I saw and what I remember seeing myself, I came from this end of the aisle, not this end. I came from this end. I came right around the corner, and I stood there at the corner. The defendant was bent down, and the girl was standing here with her back to me. I did not see the girl's face. I don't remember what the girl had on.
Is
I
this
just,
the girl
I
right
don't,
there?
I don't remember what the girl had
she's-
on. She had on a dress.
Let her finish the question so that you guys are not speaking over one another.
The girl had on a dress.
Yes, ma'am. Could you please point the girl out to me?
I can't point somebody out that I don't, all I
If you
saw
could just
was the
watch
back.
the whole thing and try to do your best, because this is the only video we have. Apparently, we don't have the video you saw, and I'm just asking you if you could please point out.
I think you've asked her multiple times, and she's given you the answer that she is unable to do what you asked.
Would you like to try?
I can't point out the girl because I only saw the back of the girl. I did not see the girl's face. I saw the girl at the other end of the aisle. I did not see her in a long distance from it there. I cannot point out something that I'm not 100% sure.
I'm showing you an interview done with Kendria Hill, which is the mother of the alleged victim, taken on the day that you also gave the interview to the
Okay.
detective. Would you please read this and tell me if this is about what you saw?
I'm going to object to that. You're showing her an interview made by someone else. She can't verify that information.
I'm just asking her, sir, if she can say if this is what she saw.
But there's no way she can answer that. That's speculative. She has no idea what Ms. Hill is talking about.
Well, Ms. Hill says that she had gray leggings on. Is that correct?
I don't remember.
Well, you just said that.
I said I thought she had a dress on.
So you're saying Ms. Hill.
You can have a dress on and have leggings on. I mean, a lot of people wear dresses with leggings.
Was that what she had?
That's what I thought she had on. From what I remember, that's what I thought she had on.
Well, if I may, ma'am, there's actually a girl in here with leggings. She's right there, and it's actually the same girl that's standing next to the defendant right there. So would it be fair to say that Kendria Hill's referring to the girl here?
I can't say what she's referring to because I don't know what she is referring to. All I can say is what I can remember.
Did anyone ask you to say something?
Nobody has asked me to say anything.
Well, ma'am, in your first interview, you make no mention of an African-American girl in a dress. The day that you talked to the detective, is this something that you decided you saw later on?
No, I haven't decided anything. I'm saying from what I remember, that's what I thought. That's what I remember.
Why did you not remember that day?
I don't know, sir. I don't know. I mean,
Because you've read this, I've played some of the taped interview. Detective Von Buster, Haines City Police Department, July 1st, 2020, 3:12 p.m. in regards to Haines City case 20-2146. Interviews being taken at Walmart. Present with myself, Officer Rogers, being interviewed is Sharon Hayes.
Do you want to show her a portion of the interview so that she can answer your question?
I'd like to just read it.
You're going to read it into the record?
Yes.
I thought you were going to attach that as an exhibit.
Well, right now, I'm just reading this, sir, just so we can have...
It's going to be a waste of time to read the entire thing into the record. You can allow her to read a copy and then she can answer your question.
Would you please read what you said here?
And I'm sorry, what page of the interview is that?
it's 3 of 6.
Thank you. Just so the record is clear.
Could you read it out loud? I'm sorry, it wasn't clear.
Right there. You have one answer that you want her to read?
Yeah, I would just like
I
you to
said,
read this part
I-
right here.
You wanted what I said?
Yes, ma'am.
I just stood behind him, and I called Jason on the radio to come to the bread aisle because I didn't want to say anything to him when I was there by myself. And then he stayed down, squatted, and I stood there waiting for Jason. And he I guess he felt me behind him, so he kind of slowly started getting up and walked down the aisle.
And is there any other statement that describes that scene?
No, that's what I did. And then I called Jason, and I remember Jason coming from the front grocery action alley, and he came up the alley, the thing, for grocery. Because I never approached the defendant. I stood behind and watched. Jason is the one that followed the defendant.
Yes. And this was after your mother can dry hill come and got you.
Yes, I was working in online grocery. I was shopping to get stuff for people's orders, and she stopped me.
And once again, I just asked why, if you saw the defendant film underneath the girl's dress, you wouldn't mention that during that first interview.
I said on here, the next one, I said he was squatted down in front of the bread, and it looked to be something in his left hand that he was holding in his hand with palm up, is what I said, right there.
And did you say anything about the girl? Any girl?
Not if it's in here, I didn't. I mean, I said he was looking to the left. He wasn't looking at the bread.
And did the detective ask you to describe any girl?
I can't remember. I mean, I don't remember that far back exactly what the detective asked me. I mean, if they asked me, it would be in there.
Now,
Because she taped everything that was being said in the interview. I was being on tape.
could you read this line here from the police report on Hannah Armbrust Brewster?
Is this police report referring to what Ms. Hayes said?
Actually, it says, she stated she never saw him film up her daughter's dress, but did clearly observe him filming up another girl's skirt.
So that's,
I'm asking,
Referring to
this
Ms.
is in
Hayes?
reference to Kendria Hill.
is it referring to a statement made by Ms. Hayes?
No, Ms. Hayes never made a statement saying that she saw anything.
Then I don't understand how this question is relevant. You're asking for some sort of speculative answer that somebody else gave. So
Well, I'm asking as a Walmart employee, if somebody observed somebody filming up somebody's dress, do you think it would be appropriate to identify the victim?
You mean as far as me identifying the victim?
I mean, a detective, anybody. I mean,
Well, I
if-
can't answer for a detective.
If somebody says, hey, we saw Joe film up a little girl's dress, do you think it might be useful for the detective to identify who that little girl may be?
Well, like I said, I can't answer that as far as what a detective should or shouldn't do. All I can say is what I personally know what I did. I mean, what I can remember that I did that day. And I've said what I can remember that what I did that day.
And do you have any idea how we could get the surveillance that you saw?
I don't know. I mean, the only thing that Walmart should have had the surveillance tape.
Do you think that the surveillance that we're looking at is a lower pixel count than the original surveillance?
I can't answer that because I don't know anything about pixel count. I don't know anything as far as the operations of Walmart's videos or what their pixel counts are.
And you mentioned this fella Jason. Is this an employee at Walmart?
Jason was a co-manager at Walmart.
Could you provide me with his last name?
Woodard, I think.
And was there anyone else there that day? Woodard, something like that?
I'm sorry.
Did you say Woodard?
I think it's Woodard. I was going to look to see if I had it in my phone, but I think his last name is Woodard. He's not at the Haines City store anymore.
Oh, it's not.
No, he's not at the Haines City store anymore. I don't know if they can tell you where he is, but I know he's not at the Haines City store anymore because he left there the same day that I quit Walmart
Oh, he
and
quit?
went to another store.
Oh. And was there anyone else there, as far as employees, that may be the witness?
I don't remember. I know Jason was because Jason was the person that I called on the radio because he was my co-manager, so he's who I called.
And we talked about this at the last deposition.
Yes.
I recall that.
So you think this. Did you make a statement with Officer Rogers that day?
I made a statement with the one female detective.
And
She's the
no
only one
else?
that I recall making a statement with, is the detective. Because we were sitting in the office, in the LP office in the front of Walmart, in the front of the store when we I made the statement with the detective.
Did you talk to any other police that day?
I really don't recall if I did or not. I do recall speaking with her though, being taped.
Is this the woman that approached you that day? Mother,
I honestly can't say yes or no because that's been so long ago. I don't remember her face. That was Jason that was standing right there in that video. But like I said, I can't 100% say for sure because I really don't remember what the woman's face looked like. That's Jason right there.
Did you speak to this police officer?
I don't remember speaking to him as far as anything that happened. Like I said, I remember speaking to the detective and giving her a statement, but I don't remember any other statements that I gave to anybody.
All right. For the record, we're showing the video labeled victim, which shows the mother can dry hill.
Like I said, I mean, it was quick. I didn't, concentrate on her face or anything like that, so I would not be able to 100% say that, yes, that is who I saw.
So would it be fair to say that you just don't recall exactly all the details?
Well, not as far as her. I mean, because I told you and I told the detective exactly what I remember and what I witnessed that day.
When you first talked to the detective,
When I spoke to the detective, yes.
told her exactly what you had witnessed that day.
Mhm.
And that was the.
That was in that report, yeah.
Well, I have no more questions.
I have no questions, ma'am. Did we talk about reader waive last time?